Well, hello. So you know when you just have a bunch of mess all around the apartment or around your home, you don't even know where to start? Well, considering that it's the middle of January, I think I'm going to start with the most logical and obvious spot and just start with first cleaning up the Christmas tree, because I think that once this is gone, then I can get the stuff from behind the couch and put that here and just be able to clean one thing after the other. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with just cleaning the couch a little bit so that I can take off the ornaments and then put them on the couch. Okay, so last pile to put away are the more sort of special ornaments or the bit more sentimental ones. And whether or not you've already put away your Christmas tree and cleaned everything up, my recommendation is to still just try to do it as soon as you can, is to take a picture of those more sentimental special ornaments and to write a caption with it. So for example, these two we recently got in Vienna when we were on the hunt to find, well at least I was on the hunt to find an ornament that reminded me of Vienna, and then all of them were a bit too they looked a bit like those touristy souvenir ones. And then the last day my boyfriend and I went to a Christmas market, which we kind of just stumbled upon. And then they had these two, which we liked way more than all the other ones we saw. And so with all of these, I've just taken a picture and added to the caption the sort of story behind it and when we got it. Okay, and voila, the Christmas tree is finally done, all cleaned up. Now, let me know how long it takes you to clean up your Christmas tree. Are you one of those people that just on the first week of January, the tree is gone, it's out of the house, everything's cleaned up in the basement? Or do you leave it until the end of January, or months later until maybe even April or May? But I'm glad to finally have this cleaned up, and now on to the next overdue task. Okay, so I'm thinking that next up, I want to just go ahead and fix this. Otherwise, I know myself and it will be here for weeks or maybe even months. And I will just start to collect dust and I'll forget about it. And then next thing you know, yeah, just the months pass by. So I know I have to do this task, I'm just gonna get it out of the way now. And a lot of times with this miscellaneous task, you spend more time moving it from one room to the other than just taking the 2 minutes it takes to do it and then just getting it out of the way. Okay, now before you go ahead with it, sounds obvious, but you always do just want to check that with that safety pin that you're going to use, it does fit into the hole where you want to put it back into. And then I just like to use a piece of tape to bind it all together so that that pin doesn't just kind of flap open. And then you push it into the hole and just start feeding it through. Okay, glad to finally be done with that Christmas tree. My plan was to try and go ahead and clean all the secondhand DVDs, but I still want to go for a run, and seeing that's already 4 p.m. I think I'll do that first, and if there's time afterwards, I'll do this. Otherwise, these are the kind of tasks that I can save for tomorrow or another day. Hello, it's the next morning and I've been incredibly distracted over here. I keep coming past this thinking, let me just see if I can put one more piece in there, and the next thing you know, it's 30 minutes later and I'm still doing it. Okay, but now I need to stop being distracted by this puzzle. So I will just put it back in a way where it's not super convenient just to go back and do one piece at a time, because now I really need to go to the supermarket and get toilet paper and dishwashing liquid and all that kind of fun stuff. And then I really want to go ahead and clean the fridge and do some other kitchen cleaning tasks that are all a little overdue. And just, since it's weekend, just get those out of the way. I think I got most of what I needed, including a few extra random things like some chips, chocolate, and coffee beans, and also some speculoos spread. It's pretty good. bottles of dishwashing liquid. So I have this thing where I use the cheaper ones for washing things like, I don't know, maybe I need to clean a bucket or something like that, then I'll use this, and then I'll save the better dishwashing liquids of the eco-wear for actually washing the dishes. A bit of a random thing. And then 2 big toilet paper boxes. But now I'm going to first unload the dishwasher since we had to run it this morning. Usually I run it at night, but we were so tired that we just thought, okay, screw it, let's do it the next morning. Alright, it's a few hours later, I cleaned the kitchen and now I'm ready to clean the fridge, and if there's a bit of time left over, then I want to just resort, reorganize, give a little quick look into the freezer and clean those as well. And one other task is on the agenda, which is why I also wanted to do the whole fridge cleaning, is that my boyfriend got a whole bunch of schnitzels because they were on 1+1 bonus. So I just want to freeze some of them, hence why I want to clean the freezer so that there's space for all of that. But generally, I try to clean the fridge every 3 months just so that it's done often enough, but not so frequent that it feels that it feels kind of like a burden, overwhelming. Okay, I got everything taken out, and the fridge is not too bad, but it does need a bit of a clean, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then just throw out all these pieces. Alright, fridge cleaning done. Looks so much better. Definitely recommend it to give your fridge a clean once in a while. Just makes your entire kitchen just feel so much cleaner again. So now, last thing to do, at least for the fridge cleaning part, is to freeze those schnitzels. Okay, grab some freezer bags, so I'll just make a label on them with the date that they're gonna expire and the current date that I froze them. Okay, ta-da, and done. So I'm gonna go ahead and freeze this in the freezer upstairs. Alright, glad to finally be done with this task. I was gonna go ahead and try to clean the freezer today as well, but that's one of those tasks that I know will take longer than I expect it to, and it's already 4:30, so I think I'll just save that for tomorrow. And also at the same time I want to clean the freezer upstairs, but my boyfriend is gaming right now in the office space where the freezer is, so I'll just save it for tomorrow morning. But as a final task for all this kitchen cleaning, I think I'm going to go ahead and give this sink a clean because I've been wanting to do that for a few months now. So I'll just get out of the way now as the last sort of kitchen cleaning task. I put as well to clean the sink every 3 months, but it's definitely been over that this time. Done. That's looking so much better. If you have a sink set up like this as well, let me know how you would do it with cleaning your dishes or letting your dishes dry, I mean, because usually we just put one here and then let it dry, and then obviously the water will kind of flow here and flow into the sink. And and then you get those hard water stains. But if I put a tray then I think what's the point of that, because that thing always gets dirty and to end up cleaning that tray thing anyways. And then if you put a towel there, then that ends up getting super wet, so that's why I just try to clean the sink every month or two and just do it that way. Okay, but last task, I just need to grab some baking soda and then just let it sit for half an hour and get the drains it clean like that. Okay, I think I finished all the cleaning tasks, and now since we're doing the Great Gatsby puzzle, I think we're gonna go ahead and watch the movie tonight. The question is where I put it. Ah, okay, found it. Great Gatsby. Hello, it's the next day again. Sadly, no movie last night because I was way too obsessed with finishing this puzzle. This puzzle is way too distracting. You just want to come here and do one piece at a time, and next thing you know, it's been 15 to 45 minutes later. So pretty much last night, the entire evening, I just worked on this and we watched Two Broke Girls in the background. Okay, but anyways, can't get too distracted by this again because I have plenty of other things I want to do today. Starting with, I really need to update my planner. Alright, so there are three main tasks that I'm going to do right now, which seem like the perfect kind of Sunday task to do. So starting with number one, I basically just need to transfer everything into this new planner. So last year I found a planner from a brand called Brepols, and it is one of the best planners I found. So if you're looking for a new planner, highly recommend this one. It is just, it's very clean and simple looking. It just has the dates with the hours, and at the box you can just maybe put down, I don't know, events or priorities or something. I don't really like it when planners are just overfilled with unnecessary stuff. For example, I don't know, you know when you've seen those planners that ask, for example, at the end, what are your highlights of the day? What were your 3 things you learned? What are 3 things you want to do the next day? I don't want none of that. Just give me simple, to the point, clean looking, and that's also quite thin and easy to carry around. And also really liked it that it has a full yearly layout at the front for 2026. If you want to have everything all in one go, then you can put that there. But then also has one for 2027 at the end. If you want to just have a full layout for your entire year the next year, then you can put that all in there as well. So very convenient. Then next up, I have this book journal, which I also got from my boyfriend last year for my birthday. But I do want to make use of this, so for all the ones from 2025, I'm going to add them into this booklet, and I think it'll be nice just to have this filled out. And then lastly, if there's a bit of time over, I also definitely want to clean up this area. There's just shoe boxes that need to go somewhere else, empty plastic packaging, which I don't remember why I put that there in the first place. It'll be good just to give all these overdue miscellaneous tasks, just get them done, and to give all of these, you know, messy areas a good clean again. Okay, done. I want it to look more something like that. So I've made the table and now I can start filling it in, and then just, it'll also make it easy. For example, let's say book number 10, I can then add the page number. Because I've written down I've added some page numbers to the bottom. So then I can add, I don't know, that'll be page 35 or something. So it's easier to refer back to it all. So first thing I'm going to do is just look at all the old pans, because yesterday after cleaning, well, we haven't used it in a while, but last time after cleaning this pan, you can just see how bad it got. So it has those sort of burnt marks on it. And once your non-stick pan starts to get those sort of brown burnt bits on it, then even before that, you should really stop using it because that is not so good for you. So sadly, a lot of our pans are starting to look in a bit of a deteriorated state. So I'm going to go through them now and see which ones we can keep. Do you see the comparison between this non-stick pan and this one? So let me know if you still are using non-stick pans or if you start using stainless steel or some kind of other pan, because I feel like whether you get a $20 one or a $100 one, they all just end up kind of getting deteriorated, burnt, no longer really usable after, let's say, a year or two, even if you tried to take relatively good care of them. So we've been thinking about starting to use something like a stainless steel pan, and we have one, but honestly we don't use it that often because we're not too familiar on how to use these type of pans. Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna see what to do about these, but I should probably just get rid of them because it's not so safe to use them anymore after that non-stick coating starts to sort of get scratched up. Okay, but really the main task that I wanted to do today was cleaning the freezer, or at least just giving the freezer a quick little resort / reorganization, see what needs to be eaten, etc. So a few months ago I did a big deep clean of the freezer. It was so incredibly messy, and so the idea was that every 3 months I would add to a recurring schedule just to give it a quick check so that it wouldn't be again a year of uneaten food in there and then having it be a big mess again. I just need to spend a quick 30 minutes and give it a quick check and see what to do, see how to better organize it, or see if anything can be eaten now, etc. And if you're going to be doing a freezer cleanup, I really recommend getting some insulated bag because it just helps you have a place to store your food while you're cleaning it out, and also just ensures that it stays a bit cooler for longer. Okay, it's good to also just remember what's in the first place. Okay, so here is an example. This has been there for a while, and I'm actually planning on making some Mexican food, some wraps, and there's some chipotle pepper, so either I'll just take it out and see if I can add to the sauce, or just toss it out finally. Okay, so for example, I had a few ripened bananas in here for a while, so I think I'm just going to take them out, let them defrost, and then make some kind of banana bread with it, or banana muffins, something like that. And then that also helps to free up quite a bit of space in here. You see, all of these are frozen bananas. Okay, see how much easier that is? And now the last drawer. Okay, this is actually pretty perfect because I need some wraps for tonight, so may as well just let those defrost and then use those. Even more bananas. Alright, almost done with this drawer as well. It just helps to kind of know what's in there, and then just do a bit of a resort, so I kind of forgot which vegetables we have in here. And this is, for example, some cut up ginger, so I'm going to put in the top shelf so it's easiest to access.
Now what this heat gun is doing is just penetrating the plastic a little bit. It's very subtle. But I will say, be careful. The grease is still there.
Okay, I finished de-icing it, so now time to put it all back in there. It's the next day again, so here's my very appealing looking thawed bananas, which I just want to go ahead now and make the banana bread, otherwise I'm going to put it back in the fridge and then it might go bad and forget about it. So just going to get that out of the way now. So I think first thing, I'm just going to see how many cups of frozen or mashed bananas that are in here, and then from there I can adjust the recipe because this is definitely way more than 3 bananas, which I saw in the recipe that I want to use, so yeah. I think it's around probably 6 to 7 bananas, and then I could just probably double the recipe. Okay, that's around 3.5 cups of mashed bananas. Alright, I guess correctly, I just looked up how much around 3.5 cups of mashed banana is, and it said it's around 7 bananas, so That is exactly double of the recipe that I want to follow. Okay, I think I'll start with the dry ingredients first so that the butter can kind of cool down a bit more to room temperature. Alright, got my dry ingredients here, and now hopefully this is melted out. Alright, banana bread has been in the oven for around 45 minutes, and in the meantime I've just decanted the new walnuts and brown sugar and stuff like that, so I can put those neatly away. And then lastly, I'm almost done with this puzzle. I just have around 4 more pieces left. I just have to finish that last part on the bottom left, the fountain part. So that should be pretty easy to do. So that is the plan for later tonight. Okay, but now I want to do a workout, then shower, prep dinner, and then check out the banana bread. It's the next day again, and I've since then finished the puzzle. Ta-da! Nice to have that finally done. Now it's just the hard part about what do you do afterwards? Break it apart? Do you number the back of your puzzle? I might do that so that it's a bit easier to do it next time, or in case you need a little bit of a cheat sheet, then you can look at the numbers at the back. Alright, well now I really want to go ahead and make the icing for the banana bread just to, elevate it a bit more. And I thought that the cream cheese butter sort of icing wouldn't be too sweet for all the banana bread, but we shall see. Alright, seems rather simple if I'm doing it correctly, so basically just going to cut up a bit of butter. I also let this outside the fridge for a little while to get it more to room temperature. Then just a bit of the cream cheese, mix that together, and then gradually add in some powdered sugar and some vanilla extract.